Welcome back to English 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Advanced. All right, welcome back. Welcome to Advanced Class 44. And as I promised yesterday, I have my guest, Susanna, back again. Susanna, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Kyle.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. And I made a promise yesterday at the end of class that we would review dates because we ran out of time, didn't we?
Yes.
We ran out of time. So we're going to practice with some dates. But first, well, we will practice dates when we get around to practicing dates, you know?
Yes.
We'll get around to it in probably about 3 minutes. But first I want to practice get around to plus gerund, right?
Yes.
To get around to. ¿Cuándo llegarás a hacerlo? When will you get around to doing it? So I said yesterday that what did I say I have to get around to doing? I said something. Do you remember?
Yes. You have to get around to buying some new golf something.
Palos? How do you say palos de golf? Golf clubs. Club, just like un club.
Okay.
So if you say un club de golf, well, a golf, because we also say a club for a group, like a club. But a golf club could be two things. It could be the palos or it could be the club.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, a golf club. So I said yesterday that I have to get around to buying some new golf clubs. And Susanna said that she has to get around to buying a new coat.
Yes.
On time for the winter, because it's getting cold, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have to get around to buying also some groceries, because I haven't gone shopping for groceries for a few days, and I'm running out of food in my house. So I have to get around to shopping. Mm-hmm. What about you? Anything else you have to get around to doing?
Not.
No? Do you have to get around to doing laundry?
No, I don't have to get around to doing laundry.
Okay, well, that's good. I have to get around to that. Usually I get around to doing laundry on the weekend, you know? I have more time. I do my laundry on the weekend and when I'm more relaxed. Because during the week I say, well, I just don't have time to get around to that. I'll get around to it eventually. Get around to something or get around to plus gerund, ing. Right? No problem?
No problem.
Okay, Susanna says it's no problem, and I think I agree. This is in Unit 43 of your student guide. It's explained, and it's not so hard, so let's move on and talk about some dates. So I'm going to tell you some things, and I'm going to ask you some questions based on your memory, and if you remember what I say, all right?
Okay.
It's very simple. I went to China in 2005, okay? I got lost in the jungle in 2006. I visited South America in 2007, okay?
Okay.
So when did I go to China?
You went to China in 2005.
Yes. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes. You went to China in 2005.
You went to China in 2005. Okay. And what did I do in 2006?
In 2006, you got lost in the jungle.
In the jungle. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes. In 2006, you got lost in the jungle.
Mm-hmm. Yes, in 2006, I got lost in the jungle in Malaysia. But I didn't really get lost, but I had an adventure in the jungle.
Okay.
I'll say. And then also I visited South America. When did I visit South America?
You visited South America in 2007.
Okay, that's true. You visited South America in 2007, correct. So Susanna, ask me where I lived in 2002.
Where did you live in 2002?
Okay. Now, what does Susanna want to know? She wants to know where I lived in 2002, right?
Yes.
I lived in Canada in 2002. Ask me where I lived in 2004.
Where did you live in 2004?
Oh, that's a good question. Do you know the answer, Susana?
In Madrid? I don't know. Not yet.
No, the very end of 2004, I lived in Madrid. So 2004. At the very end of 2004, I lived in Madrid, but I lived most of 2004 in Holland. I lived in Holland for most of 2004. Did you live in Madrid in 2002?
Yes, I lived in Madrid in 2002.
Did you live in Madrid in 2006?
Yes, I lived in Madrid in 2006.
Have you lived in Madrid all your life?
Yes.
Okay, she's lived in Madrid all her life. 2001, 2002, and so on.
Yes.
Okay, so the goal here is to practice these dates with 2000 and, right? So 2002. And we also have the dates that will actually appear, well, you've seen them in reviews in other classes. 1900, right? So the first year of a new century, not the year 1900, 1800. So that's one trick to dates that we have to remember. 1700, 1800, 1900. And the other thing is the O, the zero.
Yes.
In the second last position, we say
1905.
1905. My grandfather crossed the Atlantic Ocean in 1905 to go to Canada, for example, right?
Yes.
O, yes. It's one of the cases when we use O instead of zero. We typically do this with dates, also with telephone numbers. When else, Susanna?
Room numbers.
Room numbers, exactly. Yes, well done. Room numbers, dates, and with?
With time.
Time, yes. It's 4:05, right? 5 minutes after 4. It's 4:05, we will say. So we use O in those cases. With years, with time, with room numbers. You're staying in room number 405, 301 in a hotel or in a hospital or whatever. And so years, time, room numbers, and telephone numbers. Very good. So ask me, let's talk about some recent history, some modern history. But I'm going to tell you some interesting facts. So ask me, hey Kyle, tell me something interesting that happened in 2001. Ask me what happened in 2001. Something interesting.
What did it happen in 2001?
Well, what happened?
What happened in 2001?
And one, yes. Now, we can't say what did it happen because what is the subject. So we don't need an auxiliary verb, right?
Yes.
Hey, Kyle, what happened in 2001?
What happened in 2001?
Ah, yes. Well, and I'm not talking about major news here. Well, interesting news. But there was, in 2001, the birth of a guar named Noah. Now, a guar. Do you know what a guar is?
No, I don't.
Because I didn't know what a guar was either until about a week ago, when I learned that a guar is an endangered species. Basically, it's an endangered species that lives in South Asia and Southeast Asia. So I suppose Mongolia, maybe getting down into Thailand, possibly Cambodia, Mongolia. And it is a bovine animal. So basically, like a type of a type of cattle, like a type of something between a buffalo or a water buffalo or a bison. And this was born, a special one was born in a laboratory as a result of cloning, DNA cloning. So it was a significant scientific breakthrough, the cloning of a guar. There you go, in 2001. Did you know that, Susanna?
No, I didn't know.
Well, there you go. Now you know. So ask me something. Ask me about something in 2006.
What what happens in 2006?
What happened in 2006? Yeah. Well, a lot of things happened, but one interesting thing was the release of the Blu-ray disc. You know the Blu-ray technology?
Ah, yes.
Like a lot of movies now are on Blu-ray, and that happened in 2006 in the United States. When did the oil tanker, the Prestige, sink off the coast of Galicia, causing the big oil spill there?
Yes. I think in 2002.
2002, correct. Good job. Susanna was right. It happened in 2002, November 13th, 2002, yes. And ask me when George W. Bush became president.
When did George
Yeah.
W. Bush became president?
He became president in 2001. George W. Bush. George Walker Bush.
Okay.
Yeah, George Walker Bush. That's his middle name, Walker. George W. Bush. He became president in 2001. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Are you sure? I mean,
I know.
Yeah, I mean, more or less in the early 2000s,
yes.
But maybe you didn't know the exact year. Oh, yeah. So what year was the peseta replaced by the euro?
2002?
Correct. Good answer. Yes. The peseta was replaced by the euro in 2002. Do you still have any old peseta coins, Susanna?
Yes, I have some.
Yeah. For sentimental value?
Yes.
Yeah. I found one on the street a few weeks ago. A peseta. I looked down and I thought, what is this coin? What country is that from? And I picked it up and it said, 1 peseta. It's my lucky peseta.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Very good. Good job, Susanna, and good job at home. Let's move on. Expression of the day. Well, yes, it is time now for our expression of the day. Our expression of the day today, this is a good one. To be dead meat. Carne muerto. Dead meat. What does this mean if I say, you're dead meat? What does that mean?
That you are dead, that you, I don't know.
Well, it's a threat.
Yes.
Amenaza, right?
Yes.
It's a threat. I mean, you're going to get me. Like before a boxing match, they always have these interviews, and one boxer will look at the other. You're dead meat. Tomorrow I'm going to beat you really bad. You're dead meat. To be dead meat. But it's very common among kids. Kids will say this. You're dead meat. I'm going to beat you up. To be dead meat. So not one you probably want to use in the professional environment, but a common expression. So worth knowing because it's very common. Kids use it all the time. To be dead meat. But not one that you're going to want to use too often, but worth knowing. Right, Susanna?
Yes.
All right. So now let's practice the verb to prefer, which is followed by the
To.
Well, I prefer. Okay, I prefer to do this or to do that, but we can also say I prefer eating.
Okay. Yes.
I prefer drinking tea. Right? Do you prefer tea or coffee?
I prefer coffee.
You prefer coffee. Okay. Ask me if I prefer tea or coffee.
Do you prefer tea or coffee?
I prefer coffee as well. Yeah. But if my throat is sore, I prefer tea.
Yes.
It helps, yes. So, now the action, we say, I prefer drinking coffee. I prefer drinking coffee. When my throat's sore, I prefer drinking tea. So here I'll say, do you like driving the truck? And then you will say, yes, but I prefer driving the car. Okay?
Okay.
No problem?
No.
So, do you like Pepsi? Do you like drinking Pepsi?
Yes, but I prefer drinking Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, it seems most Spanish people prefer drinking Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Yeah? It seems that way.
Yes.
In fact, almost every Spanish person I've met. But in Canada, a lot of people, I prefer drinking Pepsi. I do. And a lot of people in Canada prefer drinking Pepsi. They prefer Pepsi. I don't know. I think it's a question of marketing.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. So, do you like white wine?
Yes, but I prefer drinking red.
Red wine, yeah. Yes, but I prefer drinking red wine. Okay. And even, yes, but I prefer red wine is fine. Without the verb. With the noun is fine as well. Do you like black and white pictures?
Yes, but I prefer color pictures.
Color pictures, yeah. I prefer color pictures. Black and white pictures have a nice charm, though, sometimes, don't they?
Yes.
They're very nice. They can be very nice, black and white pictures, in certain occasions, yeah. Do you like watching football?
Yes, but I prefer watching a film.
Okay. Do you like watching sports?
Yes, but I prefer watching a series.
A series, all right. And you could also say, I like watching sports, but I prefer playing sports. Or, yes, I like watching sports, but I prefer watching a series. What series do you like to watch?
CSI, for example.
CSI. CSI. What does CSI stand for? Significar. What does it stand for with acronyms? What does it stand for?
It stands for crime. I don't know.
Crime scene?
Scene investigation.
Investigation, absolutely. All right, very good. Vocabulary of the day. All right, yes, it is time for our vocabulary of the day. Our first word today is logística. Susana, how do you say that? Logística.
Logistics.
Logistics, no problem. Avería.
A breakdown.
Breakdown, nice. Or a This is like stolen from Spanish. Malfunction.
Malfunction.
Yes. Does it work? Funciona? Sí, pero mal. Malfunction, like a bad functioning. It's una avería. It's broken down. There's been a malfunction. Yes. Malfunction, right? Estar bajo juramento. Juramento, sorry.
To be under law? No.
Oath. To be
yes.
under oath. To be under oath. You're under oath, right? To be under oath. Sangrar.
To bleed.
To bleed. Very good. To bleed. And at home? Yes. With me. Out loud. To bleed. Good. Avergonzado.
Ashamed.
Ashamed. You should be ashamed of yourself, he said. To be ashamed. Ashamed. You have nothing to be ashamed of, though, right?
Right.
Okay. So, would you rather stop the class now, or would you rather continue?
I'd rather continue.
Yeah, me too. I'd rather continue, but we're out of time. I think our technicians would rather that we stop.
Yes.
I'd rather practice this structure more. I'd rather keep talking about this. I'd rather keep giving more examples. But, and what's important is I'd rather never followed by 2. I'd rather keep going. I'd rather talk longer. I'd rather talk for another hour. But I have no choice but to stop. So thank you so much, Susanna, for joining me today.
Thank you, Kai.
Thank you. And will you come back again someday soon?
Yes.
Okay, she'll be excellent. She'll be back again. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Susanna. And I will be back. Well, we will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.